Hello, guys. Welcome to our science class. This time we are going to be talking about mineral resources. All right. When you're hearing about mineral resources, what comes to your mind? Yeah, some of you will be thinking about your normal minerals you take, or your Coca Cola, or your Pepsi. Yeah, I used to have such scenarios in my class. All right, so mineral resources is not always like that. And to be fact, so most of the things you have around you contains mineral resources because they are being processed for you to use for your domestic use, sometimes in your classes and the rest. So what now lead us to mineral resources? What's this mineral resources itself? All right, so that we lead us to the next slides, which explain the meaning of mineral resources. So mineral resources are natural occurring substances found in the earth crust that are extracted for use in a variety of industries, including construction, manufacturing, energy production, and technology. Yes. Now, from the word extracted, that should make you understand that they don't just appear maybe you just see from somewhere or the shopping mall to go and get your this thing. It's not like that. It has to be extracted, then they process it. After the procession, that's when you can start making use of. Maybe you want to use it for some other things, maybe construction. You want to make use of what's it called, aesthetic structures in your houses and other parts of your environment. So, what are the mineral resources they say? What are the things you extract from the earth crust? What are they? Now, one thing you must still understand about mineral resources is they are quite different from natural resources, even though mineral resources are natural occurring substances, but they're quite different from natural resources. So natural resources is just a simple discussion for another day, but let's focus on mineral resources for the sake of this class. So that will lead us to basic classification of mineral resources. So your mineral resources can be classified into three main components. So we have the metallic part, we have the non-metallic, and we have energy resources. So I repeat, metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals, and energy resources. And don't forget what I said in the first part of my discussion. I told you they are naturally occurring objects which are extracted. So what are the metallic minerals that can be extracted? What are the non-metallic minerals that can be extracted? What are the energy resources that can be extracted? So that will lead us to the first part, which is metallic minerals. So metallic simply means it contains metals. That is what it means. So don't get away by the grammar. It's just a simple term of metals. So they are minerals that contains metals that can be used to make things like buildings, your cars, and some tools, working tools, maybe in your homes or your industries. Some examples include first, iron. So your iron is used to make steel for buildings, cars, and bridges. So it means your iron is your first metallic minerals, which is what mineral resources. So other forms, we have other forms of metallic minerals. Still part of it, you can make use of this thing for jewelries and other electronics parts. So if you notice some of your electronics, it contains some of these metallic objects. Yes, even your phones, even to your TV you hang on your wall, it has metallic object attached to them. So jewelries as well contains your metallic objects. So metals contains your gold, your silver. Yes, they are all metals. Don't forget your metals can be in two components as well. That's when you have your ferrous and non-ferrous metals. But I don't want to go too extensive so that I won't get ourselves confused. So still talking about iron. So metals such as your gold, your silver, your aluminium, all those forms are belongs to the categories of metallic minerals. So these are what they are mineral resources. All right, going to our non-metallic minerals. So this leads us to some mineral that does not contain ions or metals in them. So they have minerals that don't contain metals are still very useful. Some examples are limestone. Very sure you've seen limestone before. So if you're a type that use okay, don't let me say that if you know your cement very well. So you use some limestone to make your cement and salt. Yeah, you're surprised you are seeing salt as part of mineral resources. Yes, salt used to cook and is part of it. Then you have your gypsum used for plaster and dry wash. So that will lead us to energy resources, which is the third one. So the energy resources, the energy minerals are used to make energy, such as energy resources forms another part of classification of mineral resources. So they are used to make energy like to generate electricity. Some examples. So we have the coal. So coal most time is used to produce electricity and as well heat. Then we have oil and natural gas. So they are used for fueling cars, heating, films, and generating electricity. So if you are familiar to the way these things are extracted, you know that's okay. They're actually mineral because they are extracted. For example, the extraction, we are still going to part of the extraction process, but for you to have an idea of how it is being done, they are not easily being extracted like that. It's capital intensive, and sometimes it requires you to use heavy machine to do these things. For example, for your oil and natural gas, it's not something you can pick on the floor. For example, you have something we call offshore and offshore development from your oil and natural gas. So you have some deep water you can extract your oil and part of your natural gas. Also, coal, we're still going to that aspect when we talk about some states that produce these natural resources, mineral resources. So let's go to the next slide. The next slide is talking about how minerals are formed. Yes. So don't forget, I told you they are naturally occurring minerals, that is metals. So how are they formed? So minerals are created deep inside the earth over millions of years. They can form in different ways. Example, the first one from magma. So magma, you know how it is formed from molten rock, which cools and later like gold and copper are formed from inside these molten objects. And also from water. So I mentioned your oil or natural gas at that time. So some of the things are done inside the water. So some of the minerals that can be formed from this are salts and also which are formed from dried up lakes. I'm very sure you're going to be surprised that how is salt formed. So you can get your salt from your dried up lakes. Also from heat and pressure. Some minerals form when heat and pressure change rocks into the earth. So all these things are formations of minerals. So let's go to where minerals resources are found in Nigeria. So minerals such as coal, you can find your coal from southeastern part of Nigeria, which is Enugu. Then gold. So gold are gotten from Zamfara, Kebbi, and Sokoto. And also we have limestone, which is used to produce cement. So we have can be found in Ogun State, Oyo, and Ekiti. And also bitumen. So bitumen is another mineral resources we didn't mention, but it's quite popular. That is where you used to tie your roads. So we have Ondo and Lagos State. And also we have um, petroleum. So petroleum can be gotten from rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, and Akwa Ibom. So all these things are mineral resources, and we can see them daily from our environment. So I believe from this discussion we should understand what mineral resources means and how it is being formed and the state they can be found in Nigeria. All right, so that will end the class for today. If you have any question, let me know. Thank you for your time.